In this video, I'm going to show you 3 tools that you can use to take your content marketing to the next level, to build a bigger audience, to get more people interested in your products. And I'm also going to show you how you can use artificial intelligence to make the whole process a ton easier for yourself. Now, my name is David White from Learn Marketing AI. I love content marketing. I think artificial intelligence is the coolest thing ever. So let's put them together in this video. Now, when it comes to content marketing, it's really a very, very simple game. Your objective is to do 2 things, really. So here's where your audience is at. This is all the people who should buy from your business, and they have some kind of goal. They're trying to get over here. Now, the objective of content marketing is to teach your audience stuff that they can actually do that will get them one step closer, or hopefully several steps closer to their desired goal. So when you say to them, hey, here's my offer, go ahead and buy this thing, I'll teach you how to go all the way towards your goal, they actually believe you because you've helped them take a couple of steps already. Now, if you can't do that, the next best thing that you can do is teach or show your audience something that they believe will help them get closer towards their goal. Same thing, so that when you go to show them your offer, they're like, yes, this makes sense. I believe and understand the things that this person teaches me. Now, that journey from wherever your customer is at right now over to where their objective is or what their desired goal looks like, that journey can be broken down into sort of different steps, if you will, because there's going to be a bunch of stuff that your audience must learn or take action on or master or sort of execute, if you will, so they can achieve that goal. And there is a little tool that I learned from my mentor, Frank Kern, called the Escape Arrive Framework that will kind of help you categorize all those things into sort of like buckets or milestones and steps. And once you've got this mapped out, this is the first tool that will help you get artificial intelligence taking your content to the next level. So I'm going to show you a little example here from a business that I just completely made up a second ago. And I want to address something that I just mentioned a second ago. This idea of an escape arrive framework, right? All the stuff that will help your audience escape the state that they're in right now, that they don't want to be in, and arrive at this state sometime in the future where they've got all the things that they want. This is your audience's journey. This is not necessarily about your business or the products and the services that you have. It's always about your customer. So the example business that I have made up is an e-commerce business that I've just called Back to You, which sells backpacks for people who do like adventure stuff. Now, the kind of person who would buy luggage or, like a fancy backpack or whatever for a holiday, their escape arrive framework is, I'm stressed out, I'm bored, I'm stuck doing all my work, and I want to have had this really nice holiday. Now, the steps that they can take, there's a whole bunch more stuff than just, like what we can teach them about a backpack. There's how do you plan a really good holiday? How do you immerse yourself in the culture? All these sorts of things. I'm going to show you a prompt right now that will get artificial intelligence tools, specifically here I'm using Claude, to write out an escape arrive framework for you. So let me pull up my screen here and let's have a look. So here we go. So I've basically given Claude a prompt here that says, I own an e-commerce company called Back to You. I sell luggage, blah, blah, blah. Here's my target audience. Here's all my beliefs and what have you. And then I get into asking Claude to actually do some work for me. So I say, you're about to help me create an escape arrive framework for my business. This escape arrive framework is a tool that roughly, like I said, lays out all the categories of stuff that our audience must learn or do or master or execute on. This is going to have 5 to 7 milestones. Each milestone will have 5 to 7 steps below it. A little bit more information. I will put this in the description below the video so you can copy it if you would like. But I've basically said, write out an escape arrive framework for me. And ChatGPT went ahead and did it. Sorry, not ChatGPT, Claude. It said, you know what? If you're trying to reach this audience of people who are after like nice adventure holidays, here's all the different sorts of things that they'll need to do to achieve that goal, which means these are all the things that I can teach them in my content marketing. So first and foremost, define your adventure, plan your itinerary. Nothing yet has anything to do with luggage, but if I can help my audience with these things, they'll be more likely to believe me when I say, hey, here's the gear that you need. Go and buy a Back to You backpack. Travel logistics, prepare the unexpected, embrace the adventure, reflect and recharge. So that's pretty good. That's like 40 seconds worth of typing there for me to get that written out for my business. Now, of course, I had some modifications to make because reflect and recharge isn't really like something that someone wants to do when they've been on a holiday. Like no one plans out, oh, let's reflect on my experiences in personal growth. So of course I can go to Claude and say, hey, don't like this, go ahead and change this sort of stuff, which it does. So now I've got a pretty well mapped out escape arrive framework. And of course you should do this for your business, because what we've got here is a whole bunch of stuff that we could talk about with content marketing on a podcast or a blog or a YouTube video like this one to help our audience get one step closer to having the perfect holiday. And if we can help them do that, then they will know, like, and trust us more, and they'll be more likely to buy a back to you backpack. So moving forward, that is the first tool. The second tool is something that I call content formulas. Now I'm going to stop screen sharing here. This is really important. So many people, when they make content marketing, they get stuck in X ways to Y, right? Like 4 ways to build bigger arms, or 9 ways to go vegetarian, or 7 ways to book a hotel and save money, or something like that. And they also get stuck in how to X. So how to get your children to eat vegetables, how to save money on your taxes. But as you're about to see, there are a ton more different formulas, or sort of wrappers, if you will, that you can put around your content and plug into artificial intelligence to get it to give you tons and tons of ideas of unique content that you can make. Because one thing that you do not want to do with your content marketing is bore your audience. So let's have a look here at Claude writing out content formulas based on this escape arrive framework. So I'm going to put this below the video as well, these content formulas. But now basically what I'm saying is, here's a list of content formulas. These are like wrappers that we can put around the content of the escape arrive frameworks. Please use these to suggest the top 20 ideas for YouTube videos I could make for my audience. Here are the content formulas. Now we've got how to X and X ways to Y. Fine. But we've also got open the kimono, or behind the scenes, interview, crowdsourced resource. So a crowdsourced resource would be something like going to 5 travel journalists and saying like, oh, what's your favorite thing to do on the first day that you land in a new city, or something like that. We've got comparisons. You're going to see an example of this in a second. Frequently asked questions, should ask questions, problem solution, or what to do if blank, like what to do if your luggage gets stuck at the airport. There's a ton here. I'll put this in the description below the video, but there's heaps. And here's what's cool. In about a quarter of a second, Claude went ahead and said, you know what? Here are 20 ideas for YouTube videos based on all the stuff that you said you wanted to talk to your audience about with the escape arrive framework and all the wrappers of the content formulas. So here we go. How to pack like a pro for your adventure holiday. Kind of boring. That's a how-to. 10 ways to immerse yourself in local culture on your next trip. Kind of boring. That's a how-to. Behind the scenes, a day in the life of an adventure travel expert. Getting more interesting. If I scroll down here, what do we got? Backpacks versus duffel bags. Which is best for your adventure holiday? 5 questions you should ask yourself before booking an adventure holiday. What to do if your luggage gets lost during the trip. Maybe we react to a latest travel trend. Best gear and equipment for your next outdoor excursion. The ultimate adventure holiday checklist. Discovering hidden gems, a series on lesser known destinations. We tested 5 popular travel backpacks. Research reveals the most common mistakes adventure travelers make. There's a ton of stuff going on. So I can push Claude here and I can say, pick the top 5 for me. And it goes ahead and does it. So it says how to pack like a pro, 10 ways to immerse yourself in local culture, behind the scenes, backpacks versus duffel bags, and the ultimate adventure holiday checklist. So that's not bad. There's some pretty good ideas there. I can push it again and I can say, give me a 400-word summary on video 4, which was backpacks versus duffel bags. And in like a minute, I've gotten myself a pretty damn good idea for a YouTube video here. Now I can keep going and I can say to Claude, not bad, please give me your next 20 ideas for YouTube videos from the escape arrive framework and the content formulas. And it's going to go ahead and do that. Here's the thing. We had, 7 milestones in our escape arrive framework, and each one of those had 5 steps below it. So that's 35 different pieces of content that we could create. Now there's about 35 or 40 different content formulas in the list that I'll, as I said, include in the description below this video. The cool thing is, if you multiply 35 by 35 or 40, that's like 1,200 different content ideas. So if you make 2 pieces of content a week, This is going to give you 30 years worth of content ideas. And looking here, some of this stuff I'm not going to write about if I'm the owner of what was the company's name? Back to You or something like that. But some of these ideas, I kind of like them. How to plan an adventure holiday without sacrificing luxury and comfort. An open letter to those who think that adventure travel is too risky or expensive. Top 5 takeaways from our favorite adventure travel books and documentaries. Not bad. Pretty not bad. And of course, I keep going to Claude and saying, I want to talk about this sort of stuff, or I don't like these sorts of things that you've suggested. And it'll just keep giving me ideas until the cows come home. So that's the second tool, is the content formulas. Now, the third tool is something that I call personas. And if you've watched this YouTube show before, you know that I've mentioned this in the context of social media. So here's the thing. In your audience, of all the people who should buy from you, there's going to be different types of folks there. Maybe in the example of Back to You, there's people who are starting to do adventure holidays for the first time. Maybe there's people who are just obsessed with it and all they want to do is buy the best gear all the time. Maybe there's people who have been burned by buying crappy bags or whatever it might be in the past. Maybe there's people who, I don't know, there's different personas, if you will. One of the things that you can do is go to artificial intelligence and ask it, hey, can you give me some ideas of some of the personas of people who might be in my audience? They're going to be people who are, let's say, skeptical and burned because they've bought stuff that was crap before. There's going to be people who are just starting out and dabbling. There's going to be people who are furiously buying. And I've got a second example of a fake business here that I've made up that I want to share with you. Now, this fake business is called Glop. And Glop is a fake makeup company that I made up for my AI social media workshop program. So I'm going to share with you here how ChatGPT in this instance, with the Escape Arrive framework for Glop and for the with the content formulas that I gave it, and also personas, started to help me with making a bit more targeted content for different types of people. So Glop, just so you know, is an organic makeup business. And for people who are or should be buying organic makeup, I'm guessing that there's people who are like skeptical of, is organic worth a price? I'm guessing that there are people who are like, anything that's not organic is terrible for you and you should never buy it. I'm guessing that there are people who just, have done all their research and are ready to buy now. I'm guessing that there are people who are curious about it. So let me show you, if you ask ChatGPT or Claude to give you personas and give you ideas of content for different personas, how we can expand all this sort of stuff out again. So let me share my screen here. Let's do this. Here we go. This is me saying to ChatGPT, I'm the owner of a business called Glop. Here's a bit of information about us. You're a content marketing expert. You're going to help me come up with some ideas for content. So same thing, I've given it an Escape Arrive framework for Glop here. I've given it the content formulas. And then I've also said, here are some of my audience's personas. There are people who are skeptical. Is organic makeup worth it? There are people who are hopeful. I've got all these skin issues for my makeup. Please, please, please. I hope that organic makeup can help me fix it. There are people who are learning about organic makeup, people who are disheartened. I'm not going to make you read all these eco-conscious, health-conscious, practical minimalists. But if you ask ChatGPT, give me different ideas of content from the Escape Arrive framework using the content formulas for these different types of people, here's what it will do. It will say, hey, for all those folks in your audience who are skeptical, you could do an FAQ about debunking myths about organic makeup. You could do an interview with a dermatologist. That might get these people closer to wanting to buy from you. For people who are hopeful, you could maybe share some stories of successful customers that you've had in the past. For people who are learning, you could make something like an ultimate guide, or you could do something on the science behind organic makeup. For people who are disheartened and who have tried organic makeup in the past and it just didn't work for them, you can talk about overcoming skincare issues or how to revitalize your skin. I don't like that word, but that's not bad. And I'm not going to make you read through this whole thing, but you can see how this works. Pretty cool. So that in a nutshell, my friend, is 3 different tools that you can use to get artificial intelligence to essentially give you limitless ideas of what you can do with your content marketing. There's so much more than just X ways to Y or how to X. So have a crack at this. Go ahead and ask artificial intelligence, write me out an Escape Arrive framework. Here are some content formulas. Give me some unique and interesting ideas of ways that I can go out there and help my audience take those steps that will get them a little bit closer towards their goal, or show them something that they're going to look at and say, you know what, that makes perfect sense. I can see how this sort of stuff that this person is teaching me is going to help me move closer towards my goal. So that's all for this video. As always, click that button here and subscribe. More content from the channel up here. I'll see you in the next video.